Williams. I'm Mary Richmond.
I'm Vince Cardello.
Oh, excuse me. Are you here to see the townhouse?
I've seen it. My son lives here.
Oh, I see. Well, he's not here.
Look, it's not for sale.
But the owner left very clear instructions.
How much does he want?
The townhouse, $98,500.
Here. There's $500. I'll send you the balance tomorrow.
But, sir,
Look, it's sold. Now get out of here. Get out or I'll show you out.
Thank you.
If you would just leave the door cracked just a little bit, this wouldn't keep happening to you. You know, I'm going to put a key to your pajamas.
Laurie, listen to this. You've heard of overnight success. Listen. Singer scores encore with first New York appearance. She sang I Never Dreamed. The curtain at Stromberg's auditorium came down, leaving 12,000 fans spellbound. They had come to see the little red-headed girl whose first album is already 36 in the top 40. Pulling out all stops as few female vocalists can, Miss Becky Hewitt is unstoppable. Continued on page 14.
Wow.
That sounds like Becky's gotten everything she's ever hoped for, doesn't it?
Everything but Russ.
What do you think of that? I mean, do you think she could have had both worlds?
I don't know. It's pretty hard to see an article like that and then picture the same person as a doctor's wife.
Yeah, I guess so.
You know, it actually makes me very thankful that I didn't have any dazzling talents.
Laurie.
No, really. I'm thankful that I'd never be faced with a choice like that. I'm happy. I'm thoroughly happy being your wife.
You enjoy pinning keys to pajamas?
I love you.
Even now that you have a career of your own?
Oh, don't be silly. Come on, my career isn't anything like Becky's. The most I can have to do is touch some people's lives and teach someone something.
I cringe every time I think of you in Chesterfield. It's so rough.
Well, that didn't stop you from opening a clinic there.
It's different for a man, Laurie. And my situation is different. I'll be seeing one patient at a time. And these are people who have come to me voluntarily. At Monroe School, I don't know. I just don't like the idea of you doing battle with a room full of hostile misfits.
You make it sound terrible, Ben. Who says they'll be hostile? And who cares even if they are? I'm not afraid. So will you please do me a favor and quit worrying? I don't want you to turn prematurely distinguished.
What?
Gray.
Oh.
Aren't you going in today?
Oh, yeah, I guess you're right. I better get dressed.
And last but not least is the desperate need of new ambulances, 4 of them. A fire and rescue showed me the one that broke down the other night, and Jason, there is no way that we can justify more repairs. Honor's drawn up a list of specifications to prepare the bid invitations.
Okay, got it.
Okay.
Well, I'm off.
Okay.
Hey, Peter, how are you getting along?
Pretty good, Mr. Prescott.
I'll see you guys.
Okay. Hey, buddy.
Hi. Just thought I'd drop by, check out the new office.
Yeah.
How do you like it?
Well, I like it. New desk, new files there.
Yeah, new flag.
Yes, state flag. Hey, buddy, why don't you look around here while I file these? You can do some loitering there.
Okay.
Great. Oh, Peter, why don't you tell me what's on your mind, buddy?
Vicky's got a new parking place.
Oh, yeah? So how's she doing today?
I don't know, I haven't been by there yet. I need to talk to you.
Sure, what's on your mind?
She's got a date with Gil Prescott.
Well, you can't win them all.
No, I mean, she doesn't know him. She doesn't know what he's really like.
Don't tell me that you're gonna tell her.
Well, don't you think I should?
Peter.
Now, look, no, I know what you think. No, it's not sour grapes. I really care what happens to her. And I can guarantee you Gil Prescott doesn't.
Look, I hate to tell you this, but no matter how pure your motives
Oh,
are...
I didn't say they were perfect. It's just that, The part about Gil is true.
Look, you don't have to convince me. I know what you're talking about, but there is no way that you're going to do an axe job on Gil and get away with it.
Okay, then. I'll just have to lose. Which is more important, her reputation and safety or my ego?
Peter, come on.
No, besides, look, when she sees how much more I care for her than myself, she'll probably respect me even more.
All right. Good luck, buddy.
Thank you.
Phew.
The 72 surveys are obsolete because of the new utility lines, okay? This is the new map. Why don't you glance over it, and I'll have Red send up some duplicates.
Okay, thanks.
Here, sit down if you like, because it'll take a few minutes.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Hi, Louis. We need Section 42 survey packet, please. Right. Thank you.
Hi.
Hi. Peter, how you doing? Prescott Company, have you working hard today?
Oh, yeah, I guess no more than usual. Is Gene in today?
Did you check his office?
Yeah, there's no one up there.
He might be one of the county offices. Do I leave him a message?
Oh, no. I'll check when I shove off.
I can leave him a message if you like.
No, that's okay. Vicky.
Yes, Peter?
Yeah, I bet your date tonight with Gil.
Peter, I really want to thank you for introducing me to Gil. He's a neat guy.
Well, yeah, I know what you mean. He always makes a great first impression.
First impressions are pretty important, would you say?
That depends. I mean, like in Gil's case, especially the other night we met him. You know, he looked like a regular guy, work clothes and all, you know?
Isn't he a foreman at Prescott Development?
Yeah, but then off the job, you see, he's a completely different person.
How fascinating.
Well, you would think fascinating if you were standing behind his Corvette when he rips off the lot at
He's
5.
got a Corvette. What year?
I don't know. But it's aging fast, and so are the people who ride in it.
I happen to like a man who's confident behind the wheel.
You're confident, right?
Peter, why are you telling me this?
I just think that you should know, that's all. Gil Prescott is nowhere near wanting to settle down.
Who said anything about settling down? This is a date, Peter.
That's what you think. Wait till he lures you into that hot tub. Martinis, a quadraphonic sound. Hey, don't say I didn't warn you.
He's got a hot tub?
Vicky, listen to me. The guy's a bona fide hedonist. You know what he says? You only go around once in life, so you gotta grab all the gusto you can. Are you gonna trust a guy that bases his whole philosophy of life on a beer commercial?
Peter, you are so cute. Look, Peter, will you please stop worrying? I can take care of myself. I wasn't born yesterday. When you get a little older, you won't worry so much either. Okay?
Sure, yeah, okay.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, sure. I got your hot tub permits right here.
Thanks.
Well, the nurse told me this morning there hadn't been any change with Miriam.
Well, that's not quite true. She's still comatose. But this morning I did record a rapid eye movement,
Which means that at least she's dreaming.
which means that there's no profound brain damage as far as we can tell.
Oh, that is great.
And the supportive measures have been adequate. I don't want to make any predictions, but I think she's got at least a half a chance now.
Well, frankly, my head is still spinning over Carpenter's lawsuit.
I wouldn't worry about that if I were you. We had something like this happen over at Bayview. This patient's dialysis machine had been disconnected. The family sued everybody for negligence and malpractice.
Did the patient die?
Unfortunately, no. In fact, the patient was the culprit. And not once, but several times.
Is that right?
Yeah, but it took him a long time to confess it. Here, we already know that the secobarbital Miriam took came from outside because of the pharmacy's records.
Well, I know Miriam didn't have access to any of her own prescriptions.
Now that we've done all we can do, medically speaking, it's up to the powers that be to solve the legal problems. Let's just hope she makes it.
Doctor, something's happening with Mrs. Mason.
I know, I heard something. Didn't you hear it, Betty? It sounded to me like she said Daddy.
She's coming out of it, isn't she?
Could be. Yes, I think so.
Do you want me to call her father, Dr. Thompson?
Miriam,
Mrs. Mason? Miriam!
What's the matter?
Oh, nothing much. You're going to be fine, Miriam.
Is Nancy home yet?
Miriam, you're in the hospital, but you're going to be all right.
Oh, good.
This is Dr. Thompson. He's looking after you.
Thank you. Could I have some lipstick?
Nurse, put some of that ointment on her mouth.
I like it.
You can go ahead and call her father now.
Miriam, do you remember this room?
I don't know.
Well, you've been asleep for several days. It's hard to notice things like that when you've been asleep for so long.
Have you been in the hospital long?
I come here every day. I'm Dr. Martin.
Wasn't I better before?
Yes, you certainly were.
She remembers.
And soon you're going to be feeling much better than before.
Miriam, before, when you were feeling well, what is the last thing you remember?
I don't know.
Just before you went to sleep, do you remember what happened? Did someone come to visit you?
Yes.
Yes, I know. Look, tell him I'll be down in 5 minutes. Terry, I'm barging in this way, but I wanted you to know that Miriam has regained consciousness.
Oh, Alex, when did it happen?
Just now. I have no information other than she's out of danger and there's no apparent brain damage.
Oh, that's an answer to prayer.
Yes, I know.
Well, who's with her?
Right now, Dr. Thompson and Ben.
Alex, do you think Ben should be with her? I mean, with the malpractice suit.
Oh, he's not treating her, I'm sure. I'm very hopeful that this change in Miriam's condition will also change the outlook on the legal picture as well.
Do you think Charles Carpenter will drop his charges?
He should. They were unwarranted to begin with. And this should make him a little less eager about it, you know, in view of Miriam's recovery.
I hope so. Has he been notified yet?
Don't you get any ideas about calling him. That would be in a direct violation of the restraining order.
But somebody's got to tell him.
Somebody will. Now, don't worry. That's Dr. Thompson's responsibility, and I'm sure he won't overlook it.
Of course not. What am I thinking?
You're thinking of Charles Carpenter as a father. Most people think of him as a legal threat.
Well, what about Lester?
Lester. Oh, my goodness, yes. Well, look, I'm already late for an appointment, you know, in excitement and everything. Why don't you tell him about it?
Oh, with pleasure. Thanks, Alex.
Good. My pleasure.
Yeah, it's looking real good, isn't it, Charles?
Yes, I think Hollister Mall's an exceptional project.
Yeah, but let's look around. Construction everywhere else is way behind. We're 6 days ahead. I don't mind that one bit, not one little bit.
Tell you, Harold, I don't mind the midterm loan either. I think we can handle a 1/4% interest hike, don't you?
Yeah.
You know, when you come right down to it, there's all kinds of things.
Yellow. Yes, partner. Yeah? Yeah, well, hold on. Tell him yourself. Charles Hospital. Miriam regained consciousness.
Tell him I'm on my way.
All right. He's on his way. Yeah.
Excuse me, Mr. Lewis?
Oh, come in, Mrs. Davidson. I'm just doing some homework on behalf of the hospital defense attorneys.
Carpenter suit?
Yes. You know, it astounds me how suddenly people can forget that the mission of a hospital is to cure people, or try to, and instead accuse them of trying to kill them.
Mr. Lewis, I have some wonderful news for all of us. Miriam Mason's regained consciousness.
Oh?
She's even talked to the doctors, and I've looked in on her myself.
Oh?
Isn't it wonderful?
Oh, yes. Oh, thank you, Terry.
Oh, don't thank me, Mr. Lewis. Thank the Lord.
Yes. Yes. That'll be all, Terry. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Is Nancy here?
Excuse me?
Nancy Lawson. She's my best friend. Has she been here?
I don't believe so. You haven't had many visitors while you've been in a coma because of the hospital rules. But you do have a visitor who's waiting outside to see you right now. And I'm going to let him in to talk to you just for a few minutes, okay?
Okay.
Sergeant Lasky is with the Kingsley Police Department.
Mrs. Mason, how do you feel?
A lot better. Do I know you?
No, ma'am, I don't believe so. But I would like to ask you a few questions if you feel up to it.
I guess so.
I'm here because I'm interested in your welfare, Mrs. Mason. We suspect that your coma was the result of criminal conduct.
Sergeant Lasky, I haven't mentioned the overdose to Miriam yet.
All right. Mrs. Mason, the doctors found that you had taken, or had been given to take, a lethal dose of secobarbital. It's a barbiturate.
I don't have any medicine here, do I?
No, you don't.
Yes, ma'am. We're aware of that. And the hospital pharmacy has reported that there's none of the drug missing from the inventory. Therefore, we have to conclude that somebody brought them to you from outside the hospital.
You think that somebody poisoned me?
Well, it certainly had that effect, although we can't be certain of the intention. Now, do you remember anyone coming to visit you last week?
Yes, there was Daddy and Nancy and Terry Davidson.
No, I mean the last person who came to visit you. Can you remember who you saw last?
I don't know.
Try to remember.
I'm trying.
I know it's hard.
Wait, yeah, I think I remember. Daddy.
Miriam?
Daddy.
Ma'am. Oh, ma'am. Oh, ma'am.
Oh. Gil Prescott appear in 3rd District Court driving while intoxicated. Oh, no.
Hey, did you get that message?
No, what message?
Oh, it came from the graphics studio.
No, forget it, Gil. I'll call him later.
Man, what's eating you?
I found this under the desk. Do you care to
Yeah.
comment?
I'm looking for this all day.
What's this all about, Gil?
Well, what does it look like? It's a summons.
It says you were driving while under the influence of alcohol.
Yeah, and I'll bet that just tickles you pink, huh? Well, while you were snooping around the desk, did you happen to see my sunglasses? Never mind.
Turn around, Gil, and face me. We've got to talk about this.
No, you've got to talk about it. I like to forget all about it. Well, here. Okay. Talk about it.
You better shape up, Gil, and I mean now. This is it. You're just piling up a choice police record for yourself, and that's bad enough. But it seems like you're doing all you can to make Dad's campaign more difficult than it has to be.
Oh, shame and degradation.
Oh, stop it. You may not have any respect for him and his efforts, but a lot of people do, and I am one of them.
Well, Miss High and Mighty, if you would have never stumbled over this thing, you'd know nothing about it. People aren't going to find out about it. It has nothing to do with Dad's campaign. You know, he's the one running for office, not me, so
Who do you think you're kidding? Everything you do reflects on him. Don't you see that? But no. In fact, you're flaunting it.
Marianne, dear, my behavior is my business, okay? If I want a chaperone, I'll call you, okay?
I don't want to be your chaperone. You shouldn't have to have one. But if you don't tone down this life of yours in the fast lane, you're going to wind up in a lot worse trouble than this.
Are you finished?
No, I'm not finished. When Dad comes back in here, I want you to tell him about this drunk driving charge. Because if you don't, I will.
Oh, great. Well, go right ahead and tell him.
Please, can't you tell him yourself?
No, I wouldn't want to deprive you of that satisfaction.
Gil, please.
Oh, get off my back, Marianne.
Is she there, Daddy?
Maybe not. I'm going to let it ring a few more times.
Hello?
Nancy?
Yeah. Oh, Charles, look, can I call you back? I just got in.
Wait. Now, this won't take a minute. I've got a surprise for you. Are you there?
Yeah.
All right. Hold on.
Hi, Nancy. It's Miriam. Nancy? Nancy, are you there?